Today, we're going to learn how to crochet the pinwheel granny square. This optical illusion crochet, it looks like it was made in swirling motions, but you can use this on blankets and afghans if you would like to complete the pattern in continuous stitches going around, or you can keep your squares small and make cute little patchwork. So, another warning, when making the pinwheel square, please block your sides because they kind of get wobbly on the corners. So, the materials we're using today, yarn was provided by We Crochet. I'm using Mighty Stitch yarn in a color Canary and also the color Bulk with a 4mm crochet hook, but you can use any yarn weight and it's according hook size. This was made in a bulky yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. So you have all the materials. Let's hop directly into this tutorial. We're going to start by making a magic ring. If you can't make a magic ring, just chain 4 and slip stitch into that very first chain to form a ring. Once you have your ring, we're going to chain 1. We're going to place 8 single crochets back into this ring. So pause your video here, continue placing your 8 single crochets into the ring. Once you make it back around, we're just going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet to join. And you can pull your tail to close off your center. For round number 2, we're going to chain 1. We're going to place 2 single crochets into each stitch. So let's place 2 single crochets into that first stitch. You can tell it's the first stitch. If you pull it, it kind of tenses up a little bit. You see that space right there. So let's place 2 single crochets. And that is going to be your pattern repeat. Continue placing 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around, and I'll meet you at the other side. All right, I've almost made it to the end of round number 2, but I'm going to change colors on that very last stitch, which will be stitch number 16. So insert it into the same stitch again, pull up a loop, but we're going to drop the main working yarn, leaving 2 loops on your hook. So let's drop that, and we're going to pick up our new color. Yarn over and pull through with the new color. Pull the little tail ends to tighten everything up. So now we're just going to slip stitch to join into that very first single crochet. Let me tighten up those back ends. All right, so now we're going to begin round number 3. Round number 3 is work like a roller coaster. We're going to start with tall stitches, then go down to small, then work our way back up to tall, then work our way back down to small. All right, to begin, we're going to start with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This chain 3 counts as a double crochet. We're going to half double crochet into the next stitch. Make sure you get the next stitch. It's not this one from the chain 3, but that next one over. So let's complete a half double crochet. Going down the roller coaster, next stitch would be a single crochet. All right, we made it to the bottom of the roller coaster. Let's work our way back up with a half double crochet. Back to the top of the hill with a double crochet. That is going to be our pattern repeat all the way around. So remember, it's worked just like a roller coaster going up and down. We just finished with our double crochet. So now we're going to do a half double crochet to a single crochet. Half double crochet to a double crochet. Half double crochet down to a single crochet. All the way around, and I'll meet you at the other side. We've made it almost to the end of round number 3, and I'm going to work this very last stitch together with you, which is a half double crochet. But we're going to change colors halfway through. So let's yarn over, go into that last stitch to start your half double crochet. Pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. We are going to drop your working yarn and pick back up this brown yarn. Yarn over and pull through. We're going to, let's tighten up them back in, sorry. We're going to slip stitch to join into the top of your chain 3 stitch. Please don't confuse it with your very first stitch right here. So let's count up your chains. 1, 2, top of my chain 3 stitch. Okay, we are going to fasten off this yellow. I just like some length so I can not have to weave in my ends later. Round number 4 is kind of worked like the last row, but this time on a roller coaster, we're just going up and we're adding a treble crochet. So to begin, we're going to chain 1. We're going to single crochet back into that same stitch again. This is the bottom of a roller coaster. Our very next stitch will be a half double crochet because we're going up. Next stitch is a double crochet. We're slowly getting to the top of the hill. And the next stitch is a treble crochet. A treble crochet is worked by yarning over twice. 1, 2, go into that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you're just going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops until there's no more loops left on your hook. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And to keep going up to the very top of this roller coaster, we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be our pattern repeat. Single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, then chain 4. So I'm going to show you this pattern repeat one more time. So your very next stitch is going to be a single crochet, followed by a half double crochet. We're going up, followed by a double crochet. We're getting higher, followed by a treble crochet. Yarn over twice, yarn over 2 until there's no more loops left on your hook. Now chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is our pattern repeat. So pause your video here and continue with this pattern repeat all the way around, and I'll meet you at the other side. We've almost made it to the end of round number 4. I'm going to do the last chain 4 with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this is what it looks like so far. We're going to slip stitch to join into that very first single crochet. And let's fasten off our work. This is what your work should look like. You'll have your chain 4 spaces all the way around. So we're going to attach our yarn to any one of these chain 4 spaces. Once you have your new yarn, just attach. So this begins the fun pattern repeat that will get stuck in your head. Just know each stitch is worked in pairs. To begin, we're going to chain 1. Place 2 single crochets back into this chain 4 space. 1, 2. Now place 2 half double crochets into this chain 4 space. 1, 2. Now let's move over to the stitches here. We're going to place 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. This stitch here and this stitch. 1 double crochet, next stitch. 2 double crochets. Can you see? We're working in pairs. So we're going to place 1 treble crochet into the next 2 stitches. So here's 1 and 2. Yarn over twice. Complete your treble crochet. And put your second treble crochet in the last stitch here. Yarn over twice to complete that stitch. And just like before, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is going to be our pattern repeat. Can you see, just like before, we're going up the slope. I'm going to show you this one more time. We're back on the chain 4 space. I'm going to be moving a little bit quicker. So in the chain 4 space, I'm going to place 2 single crochet and 2 half double crochet. I'm writing the instructions above or down below. So let's get our 2 single crochet, 1, 2, back into the same space with half double crochets, 2 of them, 1 and 2. Moving on to the stitches here, 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. The next stitch, here's 1 and 2. 1 treble crochet into the next 2 stitches. Yarn over twice. That's 1 and into the next stitch. Now chain 4 to finish off your slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is going to be our pattern repeat all the way around. So pause your video here and I'll meet you at the other side. We're almost at the end of round number 5 and I'm just going to do the last chain 4 with you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch to join into that very first single crochet. And you can fasten off your work. As you can see, it's already starting to spin kind of like a pinwheel. So the next round is almost exactly the same. We're going to attach our yarn to any of the chain, let's do this one, chain 4 spaces. Last time we worked in groups of 2. This time we're going to work in groups of 3. So let's attach our new yarn. The thing about these groups of 3, just know in any one of these chain 4 spaces, you can only fit 4 stitches in it. All right, so round number 6, we are going to chain 1. We're going to place 3 single crochet into this chain 4 space. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to place 1 more half double crochet, just 1, into this chain 4 space. So half double crochet. Now we're going to place 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So the very next stitch is on your actual work. There's a half double crochet, and on your next stitch, half double crochet. And as you see, we did 3 single crochet and 3 half double crochet. We're going back up that mountain with 3 double crochets next. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do 3 treble crochet stitches. Yarn over twice. That's 1, 2, and 3. And chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is going to be our pattern repeat around. I'll show you one more time, but I'm going to be working a lot faster. And like I said, I'll leave the written pattern above or down below this box, wherever it fits on my screen. So into the chain 4 space, we're going to place 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, followed by a half double crochet back into this same space. Half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. Double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now treble crochet into the next 3 stitches. Yarn over twice. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, I didn't realize I dropped off the screen. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thus begins our pattern repeat. So remember, you're going to place 3 single crochets into the chain 4 space with a half double crochet, followed by a half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, followed by a double crochet into the next 3 stitches, followed by a treble crochet into the next 3 stitches, and a chain 4. So pause your video here and I'll meet you at the other side. We're almost at the end of round number 6 and I just completed my chain 4. So let's slip stitch to join into that very first single crochet. And you can fasten off your work. Now that you have this pattern repeating in your head, I'm just going to teach you a quick trick. As our last row, we did groups of 3. This next one, we're going to do groups of 4, the next groups of 5, the next groups of 6, and so on. I'm going to show you the beginning of round number 7. Let me get my new yarn. Attach our yarn. Remember, chain 1. This time we're working in groups of 4, but remember, in all of your chain 4 spaces, you can only fit 4 stitches. So for this first part, we're going to place 4 single crochets into your chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now begins the pattern repeat you're familiar with. You're going to half double crochet into the next 4, then double crochet into the next 4, then treble crochet into the next 4, then chain 4. I'm going to write the stitch pattern up above, so pause your video here and continue with that stitch pattern all the way around. It's just like the previous rows. To increase size, follow the pattern repeat. For round 8, it'll be groups of 5. For round 9, groups of 6, round 10, groups of 7, and so on. So now let's hop into the edging. The border will be pretty simple. All you have to do is place 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and when you make it to your corners, place 4 single crochets into each one of your corners. So remember, 1 stitch in each stitch around, and in your chain 4 space, place 4 single crochets. All right, and that is how you make your spiral granny pinwheel.